So we have an abbreviated Nova Title Agency pregame show. So we'd like to thank all of our sponsors here at HeightsTigers.com. That'll do it for the abbreviated Nova Title Agency pregame show. All of our sponsors. University Hospitals for an appointment up close to home. Call 216-983-PLAY or visit uhsports.org. Play on. We've got your back, University Hospitals. So the starting lineups have been set. The Wildcats and the Tigers take the floor. Taking the tip for the Tigers will be Jalen Davis. He's pinned up against Henry Rayner, number 10, for the Wildcats. And Jalen Davis wins the tip to E.J. Farmer. Garvin Clark, the point guard, in his home white jerseys. The Wildcats in their traveling blue and gold jerseys. Brand new jerseys this year. The lefty, E.J. Farmer, from deep, no good off the back rim, but rebounded and down to the low post for Jalen Davis. Fading away, he banks it home, and the Tigers take the 2-0 lead early. Quick inbound pass for the Wildcats back to Danny Nunez. In for Chase Toppin. Toppin has been in a little bit of foul trouble early on, but a very talented point guard. Henry Rayner driving down the lane, draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. And Henry Rayner for this Wildcat team, he is really just the engine that gets this team going. He had 29 points in the Great Lakes Classic, which actually took place here at Capoletti Court at Cleveland Heights High School. He'll step to the free throw line. First one is good. So we talked about it a little bit in our pregame show, Kyle, where the Wildcats want to get out and get a fast-paced team going. That's been a hallmark of Cam Joyce's offense as an offensive rebound to Chase Toppin. We'll see if the Wildcats can get that going tonight. Danny Nunez on the near corner misses everything, rebounded by Jerron Harden. Garvin Clark up the other way now for the Tigers. Between the legs dribble, now a floater with the right hand, too strong. Jalen Davis on the low post, fading away. He's got 4 points, and the Tigers lead 4-1. Chase Toppin now in the backcourt for the Wildcats. Over a minute gone now in this first quarter, 4-1. The Tigers of Cleveland Heights lead. Henry Rayner out to Emmett Hanna. Now on the left wing for Chase Toppin, looking to go in that two-man game with Henry Rayner, but the pass is intercepted by Gregory Pitts. And he looked like he nearly walked with it, but the ball deflected. E.J. Farmer, no-look pass, low post for Jerron Harden. He draws the foul on that reverse layup. 6:31 remaining in this first quarter. So that's the first foul on the Wildcats. That one charged to Emmett Hanna, his first, team's first. Stepping to the free throw line, Jerron Harden. First one is good. Harden, a very athletic player. Maybe a bit out of control at times, but very athletic as he was a wide receiver on the varsity basketball team. That one short, rebounded by Henry Rayner. And Rayner's a big guy, but he can handle the ball a little bit. He'll take it down the court himself to Danny Nunez. Chase Toppin's at the center circle, back to Nunez. 6:18 remaining in this first quarter. Toppin lays it up with the right hand off the glass as he drove baseline. That'll make the score 5-3 in favor of Cleveland Heights. So both teams settling into their offense a little bit. Garvin Clark at the center circle. Now to Gregory Pitts. He thought about the deep jumper. That pass intercepted by Emmett Hanna, and nearly diving out of bounds was Harden, saved by Clark. 3-ball coming from E.J. Farmer. He's got it. 8-3, the Tigers lead. E.J. Farmer coming off a 30-point performance against the Maple Heights Mustangs. That was before Christmas on December 19th, before the Tigers went out to Las Vegas. Some great moves there from Chase Toppin. And Kyle, that dribble behind the back, I know you're the ball handler of the two of us. That was some great ball handling from Chase Toppin.
I like it a lot.
That was great from him. And Chase Toppin, he got injured a little bit last year, but he's one of the big leaders on this team as well. That's a hallmark of this Wildcat team. There's a lot of senior leadership, a lot of experience out on the court at all times. First free throw, no good from Toppin. Checking in Griffin Hanna. He'll check in for his brother Emmett Hanna. Wildcat fans very familiar with Griffin Hanna from the fall. He was the starting quarterback on that Wildcat team. Wildcats went 5-5, missed the playoffs for only the second time in this millennium. And Jerron Harden takes the ball from under the basket as it is 8-4. The second of the free throws is good. E.J. Farmer into the trap now. Manny Hill swings it out. Garvin Clark swinging through the lane, no good. Rebounded out to Danny Nunez. Chase Toppin headed the other way. Griffin Hanna now to the right hand, into the lane, gives it back to Henry Rayner from 18. No good off the back rim. Manny Hill, another senior for this team. A big part of that. The district run for the Tigers last year, although they came up short to the Brush Arcs. Jalen Withers and Nigel Martin, big cogs in that team. Last year, Farmer going to the left hand, tries the step through, loses it, and goes to Danny Nunez. He's across half court looking for Rayner down the lane. He has it stolen away. Now Garvin Clark right ahead to E.J. Farmer. He slams it with the left hand. And with the score 10-4 and 4:33 left to go in the first quarter, it's a timeout by St. Ignatius. I believe that's a 30-second timeout called by Cam Joyce. So 10-4, we've got an early peek at what's going to happen tonight. The Tigers have always had stifling defense, which has led them to their 6-3 record on the early season. Wildcats a little bit careless with the ball, not hitting shots so far. And Kyle, if you're Coach Cam Joyce trailing 10-4 in this huddle, what are you saying to your team on the defensive end just to try to get the energy back up?
Well, Pat, on the defensive end, you can't help that Cleveland Heights is long, but one thing you don't want to let them do is speed you up on both sides of the court, and that's what's been happening here early in the half. So I'm sure Cam Joyce got his team together, and we'll see how they take to that.
And this Tigers team, we pointed it out pregame, very long, very athletic. So it's going to be a tall order for the Wildcats for sure. As even their starting point guards, Garvin Clark and E.J. Farmer, 6'3", 6'4", respectively. 10-4 is your score. Cleveland Heights leading with 4:24 left to go in the first quarter. Danny Nunez coming off the left wing, driving into the lane. Floater is up and good with the left hand. Danny Nunez on the board quickly. Hedgeron Harden slaps that one off the backboard and good. It's a 12-6 lead now for the Tigers. 3 points for Jerron Harden. E.J. Farmer with 5 and Jalen Davis with 4 for the Tigers. Double team Jace Toppin works his way out of that one. 3-ball coming, rims out for the Wildcats. Rebound out to Garvin Clark. Clark trying to take it the whole way. Too strong on the floater. Harden again misses the layup, but rebounded by Jalen Davis. No good, a late foul call. That one looks like it will be on number 10, Henry Rayner. As Tommy Spear checks back into the game in that last timeout. That's the first foul on Henry Rayner and the second team foul on the Wildcats. First free throw from Jalen Davis is good. Checking in for the Tigers, Christian Dillard. And checking in for the Wildcats, Caleb Blake, number 4. As the second free throw rims out for Jalen Davis. Quickly ahead now, Caleb Blake gives it back from Tommy Spear. Blake looking for someone in the post there. Henry Rayner's got it. He's double teamed though. He'll give it off to the right elbow, back out to Spear on the left wing. Wildcats will reset with Blake at the point. 3:20 left to go in this first quarter, trailing 13-6. Now to the low post for Rayner to that right hand. He gets the friendly roll. That'll make it 13-8, 3:10 remaining in this first quarter. Christian Dillard ahead now. Dillard was the starting point guard last year. He very composed floor general for the Tigers. Almost throws that one away, and he does throw that one away. Good defensive pressure from Chase Toppin. Garvin Clark couldn't handle the spinning pass as Devon Smith-Johnson will check in for Jalen Davis. The Tigers going a little bit smaller in their lineup with Devon Smith-Johnson technically playing the 5, but He's more of a 3 at best. So Caleb Blake will take this one at the point to the corner for Spear. Driving to that right hand, he picks up his dribble. 2:40 left to go in the first quarter. 13-8, the Tigers lead. Rayner now to the low post, wants that right hand, now reverses. Almost travels, banks it, but no good, too strong. Rebound out to Jerron Harden, and an outlet to Manny Hill. Hill wants the pick from Johnson and had that one tipped away, Caleb Blake. Checking in for the Wildcats, number 23, C.J. Yarian. And checking in as well for the Wildcats, number 22, John Efforts. So a couple of sophomores checking in. Cam Joyce with a lot of confidence in his young players. 2:20 left to go in the first quarter. Garvin Clark at the point. Guard-heavy lineup as Jamarion Lanham just checked in for the Tigers as well. Clark in the two-man game with Devon Smith-Johnson. He steps into this one from 3, no good, but a long rebound out to Devon Smith-Johnson. Lanham now to the far corner and back out to the point for Christian Dillard. Dillard is guarded by Efforts. And bounce pass into Lanham at the free throw line. Not a whole lot of movement for the Tigers so far. Manny Hill with the step back 3. No good, but they call the late foul. Manny Hill from deep. He'll have 3 free throws coming. Bit of a bailout call for the Tigers on that offensive possession. Not much movement there. So 13-8, the Tigers lead. Actually, it looks like they will call that one on the floor. So no free throws coming for Manny Hill. First foul on Caleb Blake, the 3rd on the Wildcats. Hill inbounds to Garvin Clark. Going to that left hand from the left elbow. Wants the far corner. Lanham tiptoeing his way in the corner. Now to the low post, has it tipped away, does Smith-Johnson, and it'll stay with the Tigers, the home team. One minute, 30 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. 13-8 still your score. A little bit of a scoring drought here. Christian Dillard inbounds it to Jamarion Lanham. Manny Hill at the point, guarded by John Efforts. Now to the far corner. Smith-Johnson driving baseline, lays it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound fought for, taken by Dillard on the low post. He's fouled, but he will head to the free throw line. Been a little bit of sloppy basketball in this first quarter. Lots of long rebounds, but 2 tough teams going at it. 2 long teams as well, as we mentioned. That first foul charged to C.J. Yarian. And Kyle, we talked about C.J.'s older brother. He played varsity as well for the Wildcats. Austin Yarian, leading scorer of the 2017 team with head coach Brian Becker, if I remember correctly. Brian Becker was the head coach.
You know, Pat, I'm looking right now. Both of these teams are deep into their second unit. Both teams are deep into the second unit. Now would be the time to try to close that gap. That's what it's looking like for Coach Cam's Wildcats.
Yeah, it's absolutely interesting, too, to see how deep J.R. Bremer wants to go in his bench, as he's got lots of experienced players, as Manny Hill forces a turnover. Caleb Blake, the sophomore, looked like he might have gotten a little bit overwhelmed there along the far sideline, right in front of the Cleveland Heights bench, but the second unit doing a pretty decent job for the Tigers. Bit of a scoring drought for the Wildcats as well. 50 seconds remain in this first quarter. Manny Hill out to the far side. Fakes to the left. Now he wants the Euro step. Near corner Lanham for 3. No good, but fought for Devon Smith-Johnson. Looked like Caleb Blake was about to draw the charge, but the ball out to Chase Toppin. And Griffin Hanna driving low out to Caleb Blake. He has this one stripped away. It's stolen by Devon Smith-Johnson. Garvin Clark with a 2-on-1. He lays it up with the right hand and good. 20 seconds left. Quickly the other way. Griffin Hanna. He stops on the low post. Tries to draw a foul. The shot misses everything. 14 seconds now. Christian Dillard the other way. He'll dribble it back out with 10. Guarded by Efforts, he's got 7. Dillard, 5 now at center court. 5-second call on the Tigers. That's the second one on Christian Dillard in 3 games. And as a point guard, Kyle, you have to have that internal clock knowing, especially at the end of the quarter like that, where you've got to count on you. You have to get into the offense quickly.
You got to be aware of where all your players are. Can't have any 3-second penalties. Got to be aware of the clock at all times, just like you said, Pat.
So 4.6 left. Chase Toppin, he's got to hurry. He's guarded by Garvin Clark. 2 seconds now. Toppin pulls up. The runner almost had it. No good. 16-8 after the first quarter. So the Cleveland Heights Tigers won that first quarter, but it didn't really feel like it, as it was a bit of an ugly first quarter. They have twice the lead over the Cleveland Heights Tigers. Leading the way for Cleveland Heights was E.J. Farmer with 5 points.
Pat, looking at, I brought it up earlier, I'm looking at Heights' entire team, and they're long. I know Cam likes to get up and down the court and play more defensive. That's what the Wildcats are usually known for. Looking over here at the scoreboard, the Wildcats haven't even hit double digits for this quarter. So I'm thinking this is going to be more of a defensive game. So it's going to be a real grind fest, one that both teams are going to probably win on the defensive end. Right now, it's looking like Heights has that advantage.
So after 1 quarter of play, 16-8 is the lead for Cleveland Heights.
Now I know. I said, looking at Heights' team, the entire team's pretty long. Cam likes to get up and down the court. Wildcats are known. Wildcat basketball is known for being defensive. Cats aren't even double-digit scoring, so it's a real grind fest. The game's going to be won on the defensive end.
So second quarter action underway here from Capoletti Court at Cleveland Heights. John Efforts with the ball for the Tigers. Chase Toppin looking for some offense as Toppin dribbles through the double team, but out of bounds. It will go to the Tigers. Looked like it might have stayed with the Wildcats, but it will go to the Tigers. Looks like this may be... Boy, Cam Joyce cannot believe that. So 7:48 left to go in this first half. E.J. Farmer back in there, the only starter in for the Tigers, as we talked about that second unit for Cleveland Heights. They kept that defensive intensity up, as obviously we mentioned before. The Wildcats not even in double-digit scoring. It's going to be a defense fest, like you said, Kyle. 7:30 left to go in this first half. Manny Hill at the point, guarded by Danny Nunez. Nunez takes an elbow off the chin. Christian Dillard driving, throws it away. Christian Dillard threw it away. He was looking for Manny Hill in the near corner. Will Yontek checked in for the Wildcats as Chase Toppin quickly ahead. Now he's got a 2-on-1. Tries the Euro, but throws it away. Stolen by Manny Hill. Quickly ahead, Devon Smith-Johnson. He throws it up for Farmer. Somehow got it off the glass, but no good. Toppin ahead now to Nunez. Nunez to the near corner for Efforts. Escape dribble 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by, off the fingertips of Henry Rayner. Manny Hill now in transition. Goes to that left-hand spin move, lays it up, and what a layup from Manny Hill.
Yo, Pat, right there, that's top shelf.
Unbelievable work from Manny Hill as Chase Toppin dribbles this one away. Devon Smith-Johnson to Lanham. In transition, he's got it. So back-to-back layups off turnovers from the Wildcats. Extends the lead to 20-8 with 6:35 left to go in the first half. Toppin ahead to Rayner to Nunez. Back out up top to Toppin. John Efforts looking for Henry Rayner, but throws that one way too far out of the reach of Rayner, but it looks like it'll stay with the Wildcats. So back-to-back calls from the referees that were not necessarily agreed with on either side. 6:23 left to go in the opening in the first half.
I will say Heights is doing a really good job speeding the Wildcats up on both ends of the floor tonight.
Yeah, there's a fine line that the Wildcats have of going quickly and being sped up, like you said. Henry Rayner on the low post finally breaks the scoring drought. 3-minute and 50-second scoring drought. The Wildcats now into double digits as they trail 20-10. Jamarian Lanham on the left wing. Wildcats still in that man-to-man. Chase Toppin guarding on the near corner. E.J. Farmer nails the three. 23-10. E.J. Farmer now with 8 points for the Tigers. Rayner in the press break, going to that left-hand spin move in the post. Lays it up, can't quite get it to go, but he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots with 5:39 left to go in the second quarter. Wildcats haven't been hitting their shots yet, but don't expect this team to just fold. That has been a characteristic of Cam Joyce's team early on, even despite their loss to Thomas Worthington on November 30th in the season opener, as Rayner makes that first free throw. The Wildcats were down 26 points to Thomas Worthington, and they came back and nearly had the come from behind victory, but they lost that one 82-76. As Emmett Hanna checks in for the Wildcats, as well as Mike Mattimore, number 12. First time we've seen him tonight. Rayner misses that free throw, rebounded by Jerron Harden. Manny Hill in the two-man game. Jamal Coles, who just checked in, sets the pick. Power dribble, has his shot blocked to the far corner. Christian Dillard. He's guarded by Mattimore. Dillard with a count now. He had a 5-second call before. 5:15 left to go in the second quarter. Mattimore trying to stay in front of Dillard. Low post, Jamal Coles. He banks that one home, and it is good. So 25-11, Cleveland Heights leading with just a tick over 5 minutes. Efforts now, driving with the left hand, smoothly lays it up to get the Wildcats to 13 points. And Efforts nearly with a steal on the other end, but it'll stay with the Tigers. Garvin Clark at the point, at the center circle. 4:46 left to go in the first half. Jerron Harden calling for the ball. He's got it now. Mismatch with Clark, guarded by Mattimore. Deep three ball from E.J. Farmer. No good, but rebounded by Jerron Harden. Looks like that may be a jump ball, and it is a jump ball. Will stay with the Tigers. Some subs in for the Wildcats. Coming back in, Griffin Hanna and Tommy Spear. Looks like so far Cam Joyce has been going with a pretty small rotation as a jump shot off the dribble from Garvin Clark. No good. Rebounded by Rayner. Rayner picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. Now he gets it to Efforts right near the corner there at half court. Guarded by E.J. Farmer. Efforts still at the center circle. Now he's doubled. He's going to have to dribble out of this one. And he throws it away. Jerron Harden with a lazy pass there. Tommy Spear trying to steal it the other way. E.J. Farmer with a pocket pass. Tap pass to Jamal Coles. No good. And Henry Rayner with the rebound. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Rayner wants it all. He lays it up. Offensive foul on Henry Rayner. Looked like Jerron Harden's feet might have been moving, but Henry Rayner came barreling in there. So it'll go the other way. That's the second foul on Henry Rayner. 3:56 left to go in this first half. The lead is 25-13, Cleveland Heights. Manny Hill goes off the pick from Jerron Harden. Back to Garvin Clark at the point. Clark into the post. Jerron Harden, two-handed layup off the backboard and good. So now 27-13. The Tigers have more than doubled up the Wildcat score. John Efforts dribbles into the double team, and he throws it away. Garvin Clark has all kinds of space, gives it to Coles. Left-handed slam for the Tigers. 3:15 left to go in the first half to score 29-13. And timeout called by Cam Joyce. 29-13. Cleveland Heights. It's been all Cleveland Heights in this second quarter, as the Wildcats have only managed 5 points so far. Kyle, what have you seen that the Tigers have been doing on the defensive end as just all over those passing lanes?
There's two things specifically, Pat. One, I've alluded to it earlier, and I'll keep saying it again as I see it. they're speeding the Cats up on offense, causing careless turnovers. And two, the help side defense from Heights, really good job. Their rotations are all in sync. It's not looking too good for our Cats.
No, it is not. But an important timeout called there by Coach Cam Joyce, as the Wildcats have been just throwing the ball away a little bit careless with those passes. I've counted 6 turnovers alone in this second quarter. Wildcats, Griffin Hanna will inbound it to Chase Toppin, as the Wildcats may have to rely a lot on their starters here. They've still got the second unit in. Chase Toppin, the only starter out there. Griffin Hanna up top on the low post. Tommy Spear has it wide open. Foul and 1 for the Tigers. That was a great play drawn up by Cam Joyce. He had Tommy Spear coming from the left wing to the low post, drawing the foul and 1. That's the third foul on Greg Pitts as well. So Cameron Majors will check in for Gregory Pitts. If I had to pick a comparison for Greg Pitts too, he's a lot like Pat Beverly in the league. He's a defensive specialist, and he'll let you know about it too.
At this rate, their whole entire team is looking like Pat Beverly.
That's right. So the free throw no good from Tommy Spear. The score will remain 29-15. Garvin Clark the other way for the Tigers. 2:45 left to go in the first half. Cameron Majors just checked in for the Tigers. Back out to Manny Hill at the point. Matamore on an island guarding Hill. Now he'll go off the screen from Jamal Coles. Hill driving, hangs, has a shot blocked and saved there by Yontek. Chase Toppin ahead now. He's got numbers if they hurry. Matamore nearly travels. He'll swing it over to Griffin Hanna. Toppin directing traffic. 2:17 left to go in the first half. Pick set there by Griffin Hanna. And that ball tipped and out of bounds off the Wildcats. Looked like a little bit of indecision who that pass was intended for. So just over 2 minutes left to go in this first half. The score 29-15, Cleveland Heights leading. Garvin Clark using that screen from Jamal Coles. Clark to the corner. Another left-handed three from Cam Majors, no good. But rebounded by Chase Toppin. Dangerous looking foul there, Jamal Coles. That'll be the first foul on Coles, the 5th on the Tigers. And if you're the Wildcats too, at the end of this half, you got to hurry up and draw a few more fouls so you can get to the free throw line, get some more offense any way you can.
Heights has a bulk of their second unit in. You got to attack. Not much time left in the quarter, but that second unit for Heights is not as long. You have to attack if you're the Cats.
The inbound to Chase Toppin. 1:50 left to go in the first half. Griffin Hanna now on the press break. Pulls up to a three, and he's got it. The first three-pointer made for the Wildcats tonight. It's now 29-18, and Griffin Hanna is on the board from 3. 29-18, an 11-point deficit for the Wildcats. Hanna at center court hands this one off to E.J. Farmer. He throws Tommy Spear aside, now drives, throws it up, and 1 from E.J. Farmer. And a little flex afterwards. That's the first foul on Spear. 6th foul on the Wildcats in this first half. 10 points for E.J. Farmer, the lefty.
That E.J. Farmer kid, dude's pretty big.
Farmer can't hit that free throw, and over the back from Jalen Davis. Will Yontek had the position on him. Looks like the Tigers will head into a full court press as well with 1:20 left to go in this first half. Inbound to Danny Nunez. Switching on to Nunez is Cam Majors. 1:10 left to go. Nunez to the left hand, wants the floater. High banker, no good. Garvin Clark now on the transition and the other way. He gives this one to Jalen Davis. Has his shot block taken away by Yontek. 60 seconds left to go in the half. Griffin Hanna the other way. Now he'll drive into the lane over Majors. Can't hit the layup, but Yontek is there momentarily. Loses that one to Manny Hill. E.J. Farmer ahead. Euro step, and he puts the floater in. 47 seconds left to go in the half. It's 33-18. EJ Farmer with 12 points. Danny Nunez at the point, back over to Chase Toppin. Jantek posts outside the three-point line. Hannah now kicks it out to Danny Nunez from three-pointer. He's got it. 33-21 with 24 seconds left to go. Danny Nunez from three-point range getting going. He's got 5 points for the Cats. Garvin Clark with 12 seconds now. They lead by 12. 8 seconds now. A 5-second count still for Clark. He puts up a wild floater, no good. 4 seconds left in the half. Toppin's got to launch it. And another shot coming from Spear. The floater is good. He gets it before the buzzer. Tommy Spear cuts the deficit to 10 points, 33-23. And a very bad possession for the Tigers on the other end. Garvin Clark dribbled it down to 8 seconds, put up a wild floater, and couldn't hit, so that the Wildcats had a chance on the other end, and Tommy Spear put it in on the wild floater.
Pat, I will say one thing is that the Cats are, the way that this game's been playing out, the Cats are very lucky that this is only a 10-point game.
Hard to believe it is a 10-point game here at the halfway mark. 33-23 is your score now. That brings you inside the Nova Title Agency halftime show, as EJ Farmer leads the way for the Tigers for Cleveland Heights. He's got 12 points. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors at GoHeightsTigers.com. Taylor Physical Therapy and Sports Health, specializing in hands-on approach to healing. Call 216-505-8500 or visit www.taylorrehab.com. We'd also like to thank University Hospital Sports Medicine. For an appointment close to home, call 216-983-PLAY or visit uhsports.org. Play on. We've got your back. So you're now inside the Nova Title Agency halftime show. We will leave you now, about 10 minutes on the clock, with the tones of the Cleveland Heights Marching Band. So at the halfway point, Cleveland Heights now lead 33-23 over the St. Ignatius Wildcats. It was an all-over-the-place first half, but we will have more action coming with you in just under 10 minutes here on GoHeightsTigers.com. And we are back here from Cleveland Heights High School. That'll do it for one half of play as the Cleveland Heights Tigers lead 33-23 over the St. Ignatius Wildcats after 16 minutes. That'll do it for the Nova Title Agency halftime show. Both teams back out from the locker room. A 10-point deficit for the Wildcats. Could have been a lot worse, Kyle, as that first half, a lot of turnovers, some shoddy defense from the Wildcats. That's what they got to look to clean up in the second half.
You're that first unit for the Cats in the second half. You go out and attack.
So that's exactly the recipe for the Wildcats heading into this second half. Coach Cam Joyce will go with the 5 out there on the floor. That is Emmett Hanna, Tommy Spear, Danny Nunez, Chase Toppin, and Henry Rayner. Only 3 of those 5 starters. Looks like the Tigers of Cleveland Heights will head back out there with their starting 5 as well. E.J. Farmer, Jerron Harden, Jalen Davis, Garvin Clark, and Gregory Pitts. E.J. Farmer leading all scorers with 12 points for the Tigers. And the Wildcats will start with the basketball. So Emmett Hanna will inbound for the Wildcats. Into Danny Nunez in the backcourt. Tommy Spear now. Wildcats trail by 10. They will look to get it under double digits for the first time since early in the first quarter. Emmett Hanna to Henry Rayner. Now Tommy Spear with the left hand. Wide open three-pointer for Danny Nunez. Just rims out, but rebounded by Chase Toppin. Has his shot blocked. And Jalen Davis fighting for it. Out of bounds. His toe was on the end line there. 7:36 left to go in this third quarter. Chase Toppin will inbound for the Wildcats. Inbounds to Danny Nunez on the left wing. 2-man game with Henry Rayner. Wraparound pass to Emmett Hanna. Pulls up at the free throw line. Nunez now to the right hand. Mismatch over Jalen Davis. He lays it up with the right hand. Just past that outstretched arm of Jalen Davis. So it's an 8-point deficit for the first time since the end of the first quarter, which was 16-8. The Wildcats. 7:10 left to go in this third quarter. Garvin Clark to Jerron Harden. Harden dribbles out of the 5-second count, guarded by Emmett Hanna. Hanna moving those feet. Gregory Pitts nearly has it taken away as it was slapped by Danny Nunez. E.J. Farmer to Garvin Clark. Driving Clark with the two-handed layup up and good. So 35-25 back to double-digit lead for the Tigers. Quickly ahead now for the Wildcats. Danny Nunez back out up top to Chase Toppin. Low post to Henry Rayner. Spins left-handed layup. Just rims out. He couldn't get it to go. 6:30 left to go in the third quarter. Those are shots that have been not falling all night for the Wildcats. Garvin Clark with the Euro to the corner. E.J. Farmer. He's got 15 points on that three-pointer. Chase Toppin now the other way. It's back to a 13-point lead for the Tigers. Toppin now driving. Kicks it out to the corner. Danny Nunez, no good from 3. Rebounded by Jerron Harden. 6 minutes flat left to go in the third quarter. E.J. Farmer at the point. Halfway to his career high. He's got 15 driving to the lane, but he is fouled by Henry Rayner. That'll be the third foul on Rayner. Actually, that will be charged to number 11, Tommy Spear. Heading to the free throw line, E.J. Farmer. In the Tarkanian Classic for the Tigers, Farmer put up 24, 22, 19, and 27 as he misses the first free throw. Some great competition as obviously the Tigers played up to their competition out there in Las Vegas. E.J. Farmer getting a lot of recognition as this is his first season with the Tigers. He came over from Lutheran East. Only about a maybe 5-minute drive at the most. He splits the pair of free throws. So it's back to a 14-point lead for the Tigers. The Wildcats are going to have to show some grit here in this third quarter. As Toppin looking for Rayner on the low post, spinning, left-handed layup again won't go. Rayner with back-to-back possessions where that left-handed layup just would not find the bottom. Now Jalen Davis wants his own spin move. He can't hit that one, rebounded by Rayner. Outlet to Danny Nunes. Nunes has Spear open in the corner. He gives it to him, but he'll drive now with the right hand. Emmett Hanna down low is fouled on this way to the bucket. 5:17 left to go in the third quarter. That foul on number 1, Garvin Clark. First foul on Clark, and that is the first team foul on the Tigers as well. Stepping to the free throw line, Emmett Hanna. First one is straight on through. Hanna listed at 6'3", 190 pounds. Second free throw is good. He was a linebacker for the Wildcat football team with head coach Chuck Kyle. Tremendous player on that defensive end. Garvin Clark running headlong into the Wildcat defense. E.J. Farmer to the near corner. 3-ball short this time and tipped out to Henry Rayner. He'll try to push it himself ahead to Emmett Hanna. He's contested there. It looked like he was fouled, but it goes out of bounds off of Garvin Clark. Hanna had an opportunity, but he kept the ball low, and Clark came in, swiped it away. 4:58 left to go in the third quarter. Inbound to Danny Nunes at the left elbow. Rayner nearly travels that left-handed layup. Again, no good. Clark the other way for the Tigers. Into the lane, stripped away by Danny Nunes, and it was deflected out of bounds off of Clark. And I don't know, Kyle, it sounded like I could hear the slap on the arm all the way up here.
Definitely some contact on that impact.
So Chase Toppin takes the inbound. 4:44 left to go in this third quarter. It's a 12-point deficit for the Wildcats. They're still hanging around. Danny Nunes straight on three. He's got the long distance triple. So now back to 9 points under double digits. 4:29 left to go in this third quarter. Cleveland Heights has played well, but they're letting the Wildcats hang around. E.J. Farmer steps into a three. No good there. Rebounded by Rayner. Toppin wants to push it. Ahead to Nunes. Does he try another one? He thought about it. Back to Emmett Hanna up top. Hanna to the right hand. Puts up the floater. He was fouled by Jerron Harden. Hanna will step to the free throw line. And Coach J.R. Bremer wants a timeout. 4:07 left to go as Cleveland Heights led by as many as 16 again in this third quarter. But now 39-30, a timeout with 4:07 left to go in the third quarter. What energy did you like to see out of that Wildcat team? They dropped down a little bit with some clumsy passes, but obviously the Wildcats, with a 9-point deficit, they're back in this game a little bit.
So the important thing is that they don't look nearly as timid as they did in the first half. As a result, you got a 9-point game, both team in the 30s, so just keep this energy up for the rest of this half and see where it gets you.
And boy, the Wildcats, if a couple of those low post left-handed shots go in from Henry Rayner, you're looking at a 39-36 ball game, and you're right in there.
Henry Rayner, he just needs to keep attacking.
Absolutely. And I think that will be the game plan if we know Cam Joyce for the Wildcats.
Danny Nunes out there is shooting the ball pretty well.
Catching fire from deep. That triple he had was a good 5 feet behind the line as well. So Emmett Hanna to the free throw line. First free throw is good. He's 3 for 3 from there. It's an 8-point deficit. 3 points for Emmett Hanna, all coming from the free throw line. He wants a fourth, and he's got it. 39-32. The Wildcats trail by 7 for the first time since the first quarter. A lot of fight in this Wildcat team. Wildcats now doubling in the post. It's taken away. Rayner. He's got it at half court. Wildcats have the numbers. Chase Toppin now driving baseline. Euro step. Can't hit the layup. He had Nunes wide open, but took the chance for the layup anyway. Garvin Clark now the other way for the Tigers. And looked like the Wildcats wanted to trap the ball handler on the press on the last possession. We'll see if they do that moving forward with 3:38 left to go in this third quarter. E.J. Farmer on the dribble handoff. Loses it over and back. It's the Wildcats basketball. Coach J.R. Bremer saying that ball was deflected. However, the official says otherwise. So E.J. Farmer caught fire in that first half with 16 points, but has been a little bit sloppy in this third quarter as well. Danny Nunes coming off the screen, loses the ball. E.J. Farmer right on cue. He's got it in transition. He slams it with the left hand.
Yeah, I think he spoke a bit too soon.
And that gets the crowd jumping here at home for the Tigers, 41-32. 18 points for E.J. Farmer. Chase Toppin up top, and it's slapped away from Henry Rayner. Manny Hill's got in transition behind the back. Nearly travels the floater up and good and one.
That's starting a little sloppy.
2:54 left to go in the third quarter. And in the blink of an eye, it's back to 11 points. It could be 12 if Manny Hill hits the free throw. Checking back in, John Efforts for the Wildcats, as well as Griffin Hanna. Caleb Blake back on as well. Manny Hill steps to the free throw line, leading by 11. No good there, but he gets his own rebound on the baseline to Garvin Clark. Outside, that shot blocked by Henry Rayner. Dron Harden, power dribble in the post, no good. Rebounded by Rayner there. Out to Chase Toppin. 43-32. John Efforts steps into a three in transition. He's got it for the Wildcats. 43-35, 2:30 left to go in this third quarter. Wildcats into a full court press. First time we've seen this look from the Cats. Dron Harden, pressure there, it's taken away. Caleb Blake slapped it away. John Efforts now with the numbers, gives it to Rayner, and Rayner is out of bounds. It was slapped away by Garvin Clark. Just when you think the Wildcats have the momentum, it seems like the Tigers are just able to get the turnover that they need or slap the ball away in transition.
You got to give Heights credit for getting back on D after that turnover on offense. It's going to look like.
So the Wildcats back into that press. E.J. Farmer. Now Devon Smith Johnson. And a travel called on Manny Hill. A little bit of happy feet there as stepped into that three-point shot. 2:04 left to go in this third quarter. 43-35 is the lead for the Tigers. Chase Toppin over the center circle. Dribbles down right in front of his bench. He wants Efforts, another one from three-point range. And he's got the good roll. Efforts with 6 quick points off the bench. He's got 8 for the night. 43-38, the Tigers leading only by 5 now. Christian Dillard, who just checked in. Devon Smith Johnson, dribble handoff to E.J. Farmer, driving baseline. Quick pass to Dillard, now to the corner for Harden. Three-pointer is long, but he gets the good roll. 46-38, a minute 24 remaining in the third quarter. We've seen some friendly rims here in the past minute. Chase Toppin at the point for the Wildcats. 46-38, Cleveland Heights leading. Low post for Henry Rayner. That's been the go-to for the Wildcats all night. Griffin Hanna thought about the three. Back over to Efforts. Efforts dribbles out of danger. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter. A 5-second count coming on Efforts. He's dribbling between his legs. Pass to the low post for Henry Rayner, and drawing the foul is Henry Rayner. That seems to be the go-to for the Wildcats. Henry Rayner in that low post. He's at least had to have 14 shots on the night. And when they do find trouble, the Wildcats, they go to Rayner. So he will step to the free throw line. First shot is good. He's now got 7 points on the night as Danny Nunes checks in. Jamarion Lanham checks in. 46-39 with 49 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Rayner hits both, and now checking back in will be Will Yontek. As Henry Rayner had 2 fouls, he'll head to the bench. 46-40 now the Tigers lead. Tigers in the press break. E.J. Farmer And looks like a blocking foul. Griffin Hanna can't believe it. E.J. Farmer came barreling into Griffin Hanna. That'll be the third foul on the Wildcats this quarter, first foul on Griffin Hanna. E.J. Farmer looking for point number 19 and number 20. First one is up, and that is good. 47-40 now as we approach the end of this third quarter. There's 44.7 seconds remaining. This third quarter, I should say. Farmer with 19 looking for 20. He's got it. 48-40 now is the lead for Cleveland Heights. John Efforts running the point for the Wildcats in that second unit. Small lineup for the Cats is this one out to Danny Nunez. John Efforts on the right wing, dribbling off the screen from Jontek. Near corner pass to Blake. All around the perimeter for the Wildcats. Efforts in the corner, nails the three ball, 48-43. John Efforts, 3 from 3-point range. 15 seconds left to go in the quarter now. Lanham is trapped. It's taken away by Nunez. 12 seconds behind the back dribble. Nunez with the left-handed layup. It's good. 8 seconds left in the quarter, 48-45. Christian Dillard across half court. He's got 4. He's got 2. Puts it up with the left hand, and it is good. What an end to the quarter. 50-45 is the score. St. Ignatius with 5 quick points, and then Christian Dillard the other way with the buzzer-beating layup.
Pat, how do you think the Cats are looking?
Boy, the Wildcats, I mean, just when you think they've gone away, they get some energy off of some transition points, and John Efforts with a huge spark plug coming off the bench. 9 points off the bench for the Wildcats. So after 3 quarters of play, Cleveland Heights holding on to a 50-45 lead. That third quarter was all over the place, but the Wildcats showing some heart as we expected that they would out of the halftime locker room. 8 minutes to play here at home for Cleveland Heights. They lead 50-45 over the St. Ignatius Wildcats. E.J. Farmer leading the way for Cleveland Heights. He's got 20 points. And John Efforts off the bench for the Wildcats with 11. He's the leading scorer for the Cats. Dangerous inbound pass to Christian Dillard in the backcourt. Danny Nunez there guarding him. Dillard to that left hand. He had that ball stripped out of bounds off of the Tigers. So the Wildcats get the ball back immediately. 7:45 left to go in the third quarter. Danny Nunez running the point. He's across the halfway mark. Looking for Chase Toppin down low. Instead, he'll get it to John Efforts. Near corner to Hanna. Rayner on the low post. Wants that pivot. Griffin Hanna for 3. No good, wide left. Rebounded by Chase Toppin. Slapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Efforts will inbound for the Wildcats. Into Danny Nunez. Low post, Chase Toppin, but a foul, a reaching foul on Jamarion Lanham. Bit of a touch foul there, but it'll go as the 4th team foul on the Wildcats. And the first on Lanham, the junior. John Efforts wants another one. He nearly had his 4th, but misses that one on the quick inbound play. 7:15 left to go in this 4th and final quarter. Christian Dillard at the center circle. To Manny Hill on the right wing, wants the screen from Lanham. Efforts stays with him there. The Wildcats hedge that screen as well with Griffin Hanna. To the near corner, Lanham. Back out to Christian Dillard. 2-man game, Christian Dillard, he'll drive it himself, and Offensive foul on Christian Dillard. Griffin Hanna, a lot of contact down low. He is shaken up, but it's an offensive foul. That offensive foul on Christian Dillard, his first, team's fifth. So Wildcats getting a couple stops here to open this fourth quarter. That's exactly what you ask for if you're head coach Cam Joyce. Chase Toppin across the center circle to Danny Nunez. Nunez back to Toppin. Rejects the screen from Rayner. Back out Griffin Hanna, long two off the back rim, and fought for, almost fouled, was Manny Hill. E.J. Farmer ahead, Danny Nunez. Farmer Euro steps him and lays it up with the left hand. 52-45, E.J. Farmer's got 22 points. 6:10 left to go in this fourth quarter. Rayner was held on the low post. And I think Rayner just dunked that one because he felt the frustration of being ice cold from the floor.
It's nice to be able to do that when you're 6'7".
That's right, Henry Rayner. A lot to handle in that low post. He'll head to the, actually that is Griffin Hanna who heads to the bench. Toppin looking for the inbounder. Efforts in the far corner. Puts up the floater too strong. Rebound fought for and taken by Devon Smith-Johnson. 6 minutes remaining here from Cleveland Heights. E.J. Farmer wants another triple. He's got it. 25 points for E.J. Farmer. And it's back to a 10-point lead for the Tigers. Chase Toppin at half court has it taken away. Garvin Clark in transition now. Clark driving, no good on the layup, and over the back called. We will wait to see. A foul actually called. So that one was called on Devon Smith-Johnson. 1-1 coming up for the Wildcats, and that's a huge foul there, as the Wildcats will be in the bonus for the remaining 5 minutes and 37 seconds. Checking back in for the Cats, Tommy Spear in for John Efforts. Jerron Harden back in for Cleveland Heights for Devon Smith-Johnson. So shooting 1-1 for the Wildcats is Chase Toppin. First one is good, another one coming for the Wildcats. 55-46 is your score. 4 points for Chase Toppin. And that one almost airballed, just nicking the front rim from Chase Toppin. So 55-46 after the senior splits the pair of free throws. Wildcats into their pressure defense on the near corner. Manny Hill drives. He wanted it all against Henry Rayner. Gets his own rebound, though. 57-46. And that is 6 points for Manny Hill on the night. 5 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. Chase Toppin dribbles into the double team off of his knee. Garvin Clark now with a 2-on-1. He's got a man wide open. It's Harden. And looked like Chase Toppin fouled Harden, but he follows his own shot, and it is good. 59-46. Cleveland Heights lead as Jerron Harden's got 10 points. A timeout called by the Wildcats. A full timeout with 4:54 left to go in the fourth quarter. And it's back to a 13-point lead for Cleveland Heights. As you hear the Cleveland Heights Marching Band, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors here at HeightsTigers.com, especially Nature's Beauty Total Tree Service. Give them a call for whatever tree service you need, 216-313-0126, as well as Cleveland Heights Dental. At Cleveland Heights Dental, we accept all insurance plans, including Medicaid. Visit www.cleheightsdental.com or give them a call at 216-791-5191. So, Kyle, Cleveland Heights coming back home from a 4-game set at the Tarkanian Classic in Las Vegas. They've got the home cooking going against a tough Wildcat team, but not too much that the Tigers can't handle tonight as they lead 59-46. A very long team for the Tigers. very athletic. They've been able to really kind of run this game on both ends of the court, it seems. So 4:54 remaining. We'll see if that holds true what I just said, because at one point the Wildcats only down 5 points in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, in that third quarter, the Cats did such a good job at acclimating to Heights defense, but the front half of this quarter, Heights is looking like how they did in the first half. So we'll see what Cam and this young Cats can piece together at the back half of this quarter.
So right away, Chase Toppin was fouled. He'll head to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. That's the second foul on Jerron Harden. Toppin misses the front end. Easy rebound for E.J. Farmer. 4:43 and rolling here in this fourth quarter. 59-46 is the lead for Cleveland Heights. Clark driving. Contested there by Henry Rayner as Clark looks a little shaken up on the other end. Tommy Spear now driving. He tries the reverse layup, wildly no good. Jerron Harden now on the other end to Garvin Clark on the left wing. Back out to Christian Dillard. They'll run the clock with 4:18 left to go. Danny Nunes at half court, guarding Dillard. Tries to slap the ball away, but Dillard just running in circles near half court, and he steps on the half court line, over and back on the Tigers. So a tough turnover there for the Tigers as it's 59-46 with 4:06 left. Wildcats need points on this possession. Try to get it down to 11 or 10 points. Toppin wants the low post for Rayner, gives it instead to Danny Nunes, who throws it away, stolen by Jerron Harden. Harden picks up his dribble. Dillard near half court. He's doubled there, gives it away to Garvin Clark. Now to the near side. E.J. Farmer wants another three. He's got it! E.J. Farmer with 28. 62-46, 3:35 left. Rayner the other way, spin move, left-handed layup is good. He finally gets one of those to go. Garvin Clark in the backcourt as it's now 62-48. Cleveland Heights still leading. Christian Dillard now doubled at half court. Dribbles Garvin Clark right into it, and Tommy Spear fouls Garvin Clark. That is the fourth foul on Tommy Spear. Caleb Blake will check back in. Inbound to Christian Dillard in the backcourt. Tigers have to hold on for 3 minutes and 5 seconds. E.J. Farmer wants triple. Another one from E.J. Farmer. He's got 31 points. And it's immediately thrown away. Jerron Harden steals it. Under 3 minutes remaining, it's 65-48. E.J. Farmer has been on fire from three-point range tonight. Gregory Pitts, no look. Jerron Harden, reverse layup. And Jerron Harden with 12 points now, 67-48. The Wildcats letting this one slip away here in the fourth. Caleb Blake lines it up from three. Can't get the roll. And timeout called by Garvin Clark as he looks like he may have rolled his ankle there. .2:18 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 67-48. The clock is still rolling. Cleveland Heights extending their lead to 67-48. E.J. Farmer, Kyle, has been on fire all night. 31 points. It's basically, as Reggie Miller would say, how you want it, where you want it.
I told you I can't do this broadcast and bias this bad.
Man, E.J. Farmer has been nothing short of special tonight, though.
The dude is a walking bucket.
So the score 67-48. Cleveland Heights extend their lead to 19 points. The 5 back out on the floor for the Tigers. Manny Hill, Christian Dillard, E.J. Farmer, Jerron Harden, and Gregory Pitts. 2:06 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll see if they change that clock. Does not appear so. Inbound to Christian Dillard to Manny Hill. The Wildcats still pressing. Dillard in the backcourt. Back over to Manny Hill. Under 2 minutes remain here in regulation. E.J. Farmer, he wants 33. And double clutch layup, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. He puts up a shot as he was fouled. Coming down hard there was Will Yontek. E.J. Farmer looking to add to that points column. He's already at 31. He will have 2 shots. That is the first foul for the Wildcats on number 12, Mike Mattimore. That first free throw from E.J. Farmer is good. 68-48 as head coach J.R. Bremer will get a few subs into the game for the Tigers. Deshaun Hill, who we saw hit a buzzer beater in that JV game that went double overtime. Jamarion Lanham back in. Cameron Majors. As Farmer hits point number 33, and he will check out after a tremendous night for the Tigers. In there as well, Amir Stewart, as well as London Margaram for the Tigers. 1:46 left to go. The lead is 69-48 for Cleveland Heights. Efforts dribbling out on the perimeter. Now driving, throws it away. Deshaun Hill had it deflected off of his hands. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Inbound to C.J. Yerian. Low post to Will Yontek. Back out efforts, wants another 3-ball. Too strong this time. 1:26 remaining here. The score 69-48. Cleveland Heights just ran away with this one in the fourth quarter. And efforts comes up with the steal. He'll launch again from 3-point range. He's no good on this one, but C.J. Yerian, offensive board. Now driving for the Wildcats, Declan Mangan couldn't hit that one either. 60 seconds remain in regulation. Deshaun Hill the other way. 69-42 as that ball thrown away. It'll go back to the Wildcats. Nick Lamarand on for the Wildcats. 58.3 seconds remaining. So Kyle, in that end of that fourth quarter, the Tigers really turned up that defensive intensity and were able to just run away with it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
deep 3 from Mattimore.
Yeah,
no good.
They got beat up pretty bad in the third quarter. And, this entire broadcast, especially the first half, just speaks for itself. They came out and the Cats got punched in the mouth.
So Hill driving with the left hand, banks that one off the backboard and good. 71-48. Under 30 seconds remaining now. Efforts the other way for the Wildcats. So Cleveland Heights after this game will now advance to 7-3, and the next game they will have will be coming from Garfield Heights High School tomorrow. C.J. Yerian cleans up that layup for the Wildcats. 5 seconds remaining as 71-50 is your final score. And that'll do it here as the Cleveland Heights Tigers advance to 7-3 on the young season. They defeat a very rangy and athletic St. Ignatius Wildcats team, thanks to 33 points from E.J. Farmer. When you can get 33 of 71 points coming from one player alone, you're destined for victory as E.J. Farmer willed the Tigers to their 7th win of the season. And the St. Ignatius Wildcats fall to 4-2 on the young season. They'll be back in action New Year's Eve at St. Vincent St. Mary at 3 p.m. As I mentioned, tomorrow Cleveland Heights will be back in action at Garfield Heights High School in the Northeast Ohio Classic, one of the best basketball showcases in all of Northeast Ohio. But tonight, the Wildcats, not enough for St. Ignatius. The Cleveland Heights Tigers take this one 71-50, and they advance to 7-3 on the season. Back in action tomorrow. For Kyle Tolliver, I'm Pat McGuire. Thank you for listening tonight on GoHeightsTigers.com. Merry Christmas, everybody, and have a Happy New Year.